There, that moss mark, that's our average high water. Okay, that's a height of 7 meters. As I mentioned earlier, the tide is going out, so the level is dropping. Underneath the lampposts, you can see lions' faces. Now today, these lions' heads, they are purely decorative. However, they were once used as a flood warning indicator. Years ago, a policeman would patrol the embankments. And if one of those lions' heads was covered or submerged in water, the London Underground, it was at risk of flooding, so they would evacuate the surrounding area. Now, in the words of the old rhymes, when the lions are drinking, London is sinking. If it reaches the lion's banks, London goes down the drains. And if the lion's heads are ever ducked, then London is flooded. Doesn't quite rhyme the same, does it? So we've recently left the City of London behind us, folks. Okay, from Tower Bridge to the Temple, okay, that's this area on the right. It's precisely 1 mile. Okay, the capital city of London. It's only 1 square mile. Congratulations, you have now all of you passed through the city in its entirety. So we've left behind the capital city, we're now in the city of Westminster. When you think of London, you think of it as quite a large city, and it is. But we refer to the 32 surrounding boroughs of Greater London. Okay, the actual capital city, only 1 square mile. The bridge ahead of us here, folks, this is Waterloo Bridge. There's a famous song by the Kinks. It's called Waterloo Sunset. And that was written from inspiration from St. Louis Bridge. And I think we're going to see a beautiful sunset ahead of us as we pass through the bridge. Over there, there's a building with an electronic sign, and that is this country's national theatre. Inside the building, 3 prestigious playhouses, the Cottesloe, the Littleton, and the Olivier Theatres. Okay, that's the famous one named after the famous actor Sir Laurence Olivier. So Waterloo Bridge is known here in London as the Ladies' Bridge because it was constructed by a female workforce during the Second World War. A fun fact, Waterloo Bridge, it is the only bridge to cross the River Thames today that was ever completed on time and under budget. So well done to the ladies. A fantastic bridge is made of Portland stone. It's said to have self-cleansing properties, harvested from the cliffs of Dorset. Up to the right, and you can see the famous Savoy Hotel. That's the building with the flat roof and the flagpole. This is one of the most luxurious hotels anywhere in London. The cheapest room in the hotel with a riverside view will cost you £1,500 per night. That does come with a full English breakfast with 2 sausages. Cleopatra's Needle here on the right, folks. Stone Egyptian obelisk is London's oldest monument. It was carved in ancient Egypt over 3,000 years ago, making it older than London itself. Now, it was given to us by a very thankful Egyptian government to commemorate Lord Nelson's victory for defeating the French fleet at the Battle of the River Nile. So that's Cleopatra's Needle on our right. Over to our left, and you can see the Royal Festival Hall. Now this is the last remaining venue from the Festival of Great Britain. And this was a post-war morale festival for the nation. Back in 1951. Very famous artists have performed over there over the years. Just the name of few: Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, and Frank Sinatra. The next bridge we're going to pass underneath is Charing Cross Railway Bridge. Now either side of the railway bridge are footbridges, and these were put in place to celebrate our Queen's Golden Jubilee. If you're on the top there, wave and smile at the people up on the bridge. That's it, Captain, get their attention.
đúng lúc luôn.
If they wave back,
giờ hết pin
they're on
luôn.
holiday.
Giờ quay.
Okay, there is another bridge on the other side.
Cơ vậy thấy người trên đó, nếu mà người ta vẫy lại rất là.
So we'll try again, shall we?
Đi chơi du lịch. Còn nếu mà đi làm người ta không có vẫy.
Golden Jubilee, that was back in 2002.
Thấy sao sướng mà
50 years as sovereign. Of course, last year the Queen celebrated her Sapphire Jubilee, 65 years. She is now this country's longest reigning monarch. Very impressive. So if you look to your right here, folks, there's another one of these copper dams. There is another tideway tunnel sites. You get a bit more of an idea of what they've done with the sheet piling. Okay, so they've sectioned off an area, hammered this shuttering into the riverbed. Ahead of us here on the left, and you can see the London Eye, and the London Eye is London's most visited tourist attraction. It was opened in the year 2000 to celebrate the millennia and was meant to be temporary, originally supposed to last for only 5 years. It's now 18 years later and it's still going strong, and nearly 19 years. Still going strong. So around the outside of the London Eye, there are 32 glass pods, okay, that carry passengers, and each one of these pods represents one of the 32 boroughs of Greater London. So on the 31st of December, New Year's Eve, we're going to have the fireworks fired from the London Eye. Okay, so they're set up around the outside of the eye, and we see in the new year with fireworks from the London Eye. The London Eye has in recent years become a very popular place for marriage proposals. People have been proposing on the London Eye. For anybody planning on doing this, a word of advice: just make sure that the answer is going to be yes. If you're not aware, the London Eye does rotate next speeds of 1 mile an hour. It takes half an hour to complete a rotation. Of course, you get to the very top there, excellent view. It is very romantic. But if you get down on one knee and propose, and they say no, sorry, I will not marry you today, then it could be about 10 minutes from the block position. Ground. Back down to the ground, folks. It could become very awkward, not only for you, but for the 18 other passengers sharing the experience. It could become one of the worst days of your life. Just take it from me. And ahead of us now is the Palace of Westminster. They also known as the Houses of Parliament. The clock tower is internationally known as Big Ben, but you can't see Big Ben because Big Ben, it is the nickname for the 13.5-ton bell inside the clock tower, and it strikes on the hour and on the hour only. So the tower we call the Elizabeth Tower. Inside the tower is the bell, okay, which is known as Big Ben. Now, unfortunately, we will not hear Big Ben until 2021, but they carry out the major construction work on the tower. However, it will chime on special occasions. So we heard, the last time we heard it was Remembrance Day, back in November, and we're going to hear it on New Year's Eve as well. So Big Ben would be the same counting in the new year without Big Ben. So we will hear Big Ben on New Year's Eve. But other than that, it's silence here at Westminster whilst they carry out the work. The tower is actually sinking. Okay, it's leaning over ever so slightly. It's very muddy land and there's a lot of tunnels being dug underneath the building. So it's absolutely necessary to restore it to its former glory. But, it's a bit of a shame really. Come to London, get your photo of Big Ben, and the scaffolding's in the way. So it's a bit of a shame. Rest assured, the men in charge of the construction will be working around the clock to get it done. And on that note, ladies and gents, I will conclude the commentary. Okay,
Thank you. Chỗ tay
Yeah, we're going to take you alongside the pier, folks. This is Westminster. Now, just a couple more things I need to mention. Just remain in your seats until the boat is safely secured alongside the pier, in the interest of safety. If Westminster Pier is your destination, please remember to take all of your personal belongings. And make sure you've got all your bags, cameras, shopping, souvenirs, and all your children. Please remember your kids. I was left here at the age of 4, and I'm still here. Lastly, folks, if you have understood and enjoyed the commentary, if it's made your journey a bit more interesting and hopefully enjoyable, if you would like to show a token of appreciation for my efforts as a tour guide, then you are invited to do so upon leaving the vessel. Okay, we're leaving the exit, just standing on the railing. Our captain's silver buckets. Now, if you've understood, enjoyed the commentary, or maybe even learned something this afternoon, then please feel free to throw anything you like into our tip buckets. Now, as always, it is entirely up to you. As you're probably aware, we are the crew. Okay, we're watermen. We do these commentaries on a voluntary basis, and as the commentaries are provided voluntary, therefore, of course, so are your contributions. Thank you very much. It's always a privilege to share with you some of our local knowledge. Hope you've enjoyed yourselves and have a nice evening.
Tắp vào phía đồng hồ Big Ben. Bắt đầu anh chờ nổ máy, anh trả số ghi lại.